you'll die an athlete. It's in your DNA.
You're an athlete. Live like an athlete so that you can be successful in life.
You're an athlete. Live like it.
ANA, America needs athletes.
Welcome, athletes, into the gym closet. I am here alone today without Amber. If you don't know me, my name's Tyler. I'm one of the founders of Krave Gym. If this is your first time joining us, the Gym Closet is a podcast that aims to help everyone dominate the sport of life. And what that means is we bust through all of the crap on the internet that floods our feeds so that we can help everybody optimize their life both inside the gym and outside of the gym. Super excited about today. We have a goal to get these out and get this information to you guys. And today, unfortunately, Amber is not able to join us. So I'll be doing it myself. Bear with me as I don't have anybody to bounce off some of these ideas from. But today we're going to go over the next part of our ebook, and that's just the physical side of it, the strength and conditioning side of it. So we're going to talk mostly about our Krave Gym programming, strength and conditioning. But the big thing that for anybody out there that's not at Krave Gym, the big thing that I want to convey today is just going out with a plan and making sure that as you get more information and as you continue to get better and better, having a plan can morph and it can be optimized. But the most important thing that we want to make sure that we take away is just having that plan. If you go into the gym and just kind of throw it to the wind and do what we feel like, most of the time we'll get some results early on, but most of the time we hit that plateau. We're just not able to hit what we need to hit and do what we need to do. And the big quote that I've heard multiple times is, if we fail to prepare, we're preparing to fail. And so that's a big part of everything that we do, whether it's a presentation at work, whether it's just being prepared for the day, whether it's nutrition, being prepared and having what you need to nutritional wise, or whether it's going to the gym. Now transition to Krave. The sweet thing about Krave is we program all of that for you. So whether it's on our app or if you're in the gym, we have that program available for you, and you can just come in without thinking about anything and just jump into the sessions, and you'll get the periodization, which is basically a fancy word for planning. You'll get all of that stuff inside of the program itself. So today we're going to dive into a little bit of a deep dive about our programming and what we do, some of the science behind it, but mostly just the organization of it, because what the big thing again is just making sure that you have a plan in place. And so for us, if we start at the macro level, so we started on our macro cycle of the entire year, and we break the entire year into 6 different seasons. Inside of those seasons, we have our strength focused seasons and we have our conditioning focused seasons. And so we split those two up into our strength and conditioning because that's what Krave Gym is. Ultimately, we train like athletes because that's where so much money has been invested in training like athletes for athletics, that why would we then, when we're done with our sport, just completely abandon the best way to train? And so that's what we do at Krave, is we train like athletes. So inside of those 6 seasons, it has an emphasis. That emphasis is going to be either strength or one of our 3 conditioning: agility, striking, or endurance. And so those seasons kind of vary. So inside of a session, though, we have a balance of those 4 elements: strength, endurance, striking, and agility. Those 4 elements permeate everything that we do. So you get a balance of them in every season, no matter what training you're in. But in certain seasons, we have a different emphasis, a little bit more time spent on strength. For example, this season, we're in Live to Lift, which is our strength season here at the end of the year. So we're concentrating more on strength. More than half of the time is spent in strength, and we get that heavy strength goals as far as gaining strength and power. And so, again, depending on your goal, that's going to be the plan that varies. But inside of our training, we basically train upper body, total body, or lower body. We recommend 3 times per week. So if you're training outside of Krave, if you're as intense as our Krave Gym training sessions are, you can train 3 times per week. If you're less intense, then you should get that 4th. But inside of our team sessions, we have to think about that recovery as well. And so we want that recovery, what we call our active rest days. And so 3 days a week, say that our athlete is training Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's going to be a perfect schedule for us for our team sessions. You're going to get total, lower, and upper body inside of that week. And so you already have the entire landscape covered. You already have the program needed, but say that you have a goal outside of that you have specific goals for, I want to grow my biceps, or I want to run a marathon, whatever your goal might be. There may be some different things that get associated with that on what we call our active rest days. Similar to if you're in strength and conditioning in like a collegiate setting, you're going to have 3 days where you're training with your college strength coach, and then you're going to have practice on your other days where you're specifically training that skill in that sport. That's kind of what we map our training off of is, marathon now might be your sport. Growing muscle might be your sport. Those extra goals, those can be done on active rest days because our goal inside of the 3 sessions, and my goal when I was coaching at the University of South Dakota was every athlete, whether it's a swimmer or a football player, regardless, our job as strength coaches is to create the most athletic, the fastest, the strongest, that have the most endurance. Those create the best athletes so that their football coach, their swim coach can then hone in the skills and make them the best football player, swimmer, whatever. And so we take that same idea into the real world, right? And now we all have some extra goals. If your goal is just to live athletic and be the best that you can be, 3 times per week is perfect for you. You get your entire programming done in those 3 days. Plus, if you do it intensely as what we recommend, now you're getting that recovery in as well, which is super important. And so that's kind of how our seasons are broken down, how our weeks are broken down. And then we basically have a week A and a week B. So inside of that 8-week season, 2 months is our one season. So November, December is one season. We have a week A and a week B, and they just switch. So that's also super important. Online, you start seeing all of these wild things that you are kind of made to believe that you should be doing all these crazy exercises and stupid lifts, if you ask me. But the thing that you should be doing is you should be having a set of core movements that you practice, you get really good at, you get really strong at. And that's what we do inside of those week A and week B. So you're going to get a little bit of repeat, and that's on purpose so that we can practice those movements, get stronger at those movements. And inside our exercise, that's the big thing that has to do with our planning. So we have our week A, week B, it switches for 8 weeks, and then we get into a new season with new goals. We'll dive a little bit deeper into, season by season as we continue to go. But being in Live to Lift season right now, we talked about it a little bit last week. But then, this season we have a lower rep range. We're going to be working on strength. We're going to be really working on how much can we lift from 4 to 6 reps, because we're going to try to push that weight and gain as much strength as possible this season. That's the importance. That's the goal of this season. Whereas next season, we're working on agility. So there's new different goals every 8 weeks. And that's just to keep us balanced as athletes and make sure that we get as much training that continues to keep us living and training like athletes. So just wanted to touch on a little bit of that programming and clarify for anybody that is wondering, anybody that might be new at the gym, what we do and why we do it. It's all science backed. It's, what we do may change or optimize or change slightly. And in those seasons, every time we look at them, we look to see, is there anywhere that science tells us we can optimize this season? Is there anything we need to take out, change, whatever? Because a lot of the science is new and it continues to progress, and we want to be that progressive gym as well and continue to do the things that are most optimal for our training like an athlete, right? To get you to be the best athlete possible. That's really all we had to touch on today was that programming piece. I wanted to get that out. Next week, we'll get into a little bit of our updating. We had Krave's Giving. We had strength clinic. So hopefully you guys, if we didn't see you at Krave's Giving, hopefully we see you at our next event. But we also have what else do we got? We have the strength clinic. That's on all of the team pages as well as we just got done with our challenges here at the beginning of last week as well. So hopefully everyone got in their challenge and set a goal for the next time that they have that challenge too. So just remember, the big thing that I want to get across to anybody, whether you're a Krave athlete or not, is that quote, which is, it seems a little cliche, but it's cliche because it's true. If you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. And so make sure that you are preparing. If you're going to the gym, know what you're doing. If you're at Krave, know that you're in good hands, and we've already kind of done the thinking for you, so you can just show up, hang out with your team, and get great results. So remember, you're an athlete. Live like it.